Hello, everyone. How are y'all? Who's the raider?
Screen.
Arcade, I kicked the raid. Ellie, how are you? Skike, how are you?
There we go. Now I have the right screen. Hey, Arcade.
Now that I got this desk nest in here, my desk mat's a little too long for my Mac.
Aha.
I'm actually doing pretty good, Ellie. I just got a 3D printer, a new 3D printer, and I set up a new V-Rising server.
He's been a busy bunny.
Yeah, guess which one I'm more excited about.
I dare say I won't comment on that.
Yeah, for me it's the server.
Yeah.
That's why I dare say I won't comment on it.
Well, the 3D printer's nice, but it's just...
It's new stuff.
It's... You set it and forget it. Where with the brand new server, you get to play on the new server for hours at a time. That's really no comparison.
Fine-tune settings and tweak it.
Now, the 3D printer, I have had the occasional want to use one because I would have a project for it. With both Bent and Karubia using it, then it actually justified me getting it. Just me getting it by myself, I really just couldn't justify it.
Speaking of which, guys, I went out and looked at one of our local maker spaces.
Mm-hmm.
They do not. Seattle Makers Space does not no longer have individual rent time on machines. You have to actually do a monthly thing.
Really?
And yes, the base rate, which is a reasonable rate, do not misunderstand, is $75 a month, and that gets you access to your sewing machines, knitting circles, so on and so forth.
We're good.
Hey,
CNC.
That is affordable. That's very affordable.
And it gets you the CNC and the 3D printing with certificate, use of certificate. So, but at $75 a month, if you used it regularly, though, in a year and a half, you would pay off purchasing one.
Yeah.
So that's why I went out and looked at rates of different local maker spaces, is to see as a kind of a general comparison, if 2 or 3 of us used it regularly enough, how quickly it would take to pay off the investment versus just renting the space.
And one thing you're not calculating in is the cost
of
materials getting there and back.
Welcome to the Madhouse. Now you can nut check your friends.
Arcade, thank you for the sub. And Adra, thank you for the jump scare and the sub.
Oh, dang it. Oh, I had the wrong screen active.
Yeah. And the thing about having it, accessible to all of us is that, we can kind of set it and forget it.
Yeah. I think with that particular printer, you don't even have to be over here, Karubia.
Welcome to the Madhouse. Now you can nut check your friends.
Crazy. Thank you.
No problem.
81 months. Wow.
I know.
Yeah, once I pair my phone to it, or my tablet to it, then
you would even be able to monitor it from your phone.
Yeah, then I could remote it.
That was the thing that
I
finally
was
convinced me to go ahead get that particular printer.
Yeah, and that was something that I was, when you and Fireball were talking about it, that I found was kind of interesting too. Fireball was commenting on that.
Mm-hmm.
That even she had something even based like that on the one she has now. And it's like, oh yeah, that's pretty sophisticated, but not unsurprising considering where the technology has gone in the last 5 years, let alone 10.
Yeah, definitely take care, Arcade.
Absolutely. Something Sparks and I were talking about over dinner last night was, you know, I've kind of put off going to, you know, maker spaces or the shack or anything like that because I only had one thing to print.
Exactly. Yep.
But on the flip side of that, though, is if you did start going to those places and you had access to the tools, would that one thing become more things?
Well,
when you discovered,
I doubt
when
they
you
even provide the filament.
Yeah, well, you have to purchase it, but yeah, they do. I mean, but the point is though, is when you have access to a tool, would you use the tool more?
Yeah.
So, you know, so I'm sitting here just casually looking through Thingiverse going, oh, that would be cool. That would be cool. That would be cool. And there's like already like 20 things that I'd be happy to make.
Yeah.
So that kind of proves that point out, is that having access to a tool, yeah, you might actually make more than you thought you would when you only just, oh, this thing came to me as part of something else and I'll get around to making it if I ever have access to that tool.
Yep.
Oh, I see. I left my bike out. Sorry.
Oh?
I left my bike out since last time I was on.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually forgot about it. Oh, come on. I just picked up an airdrop.
Oh, there was one by my house too.
And by the by,
I don't see a marker for it, so it's someone else's problem.
oh, it's close to the base.
It's an SCP.
Oh, what?
SCP. Someone else's
problem.
Oh, Lord.
You've never heard of an SCP field?
No, I haven't.
No, it's one of the invisibility fields in some book.
Oh, okay.
So someone else's problem field that keeps people from noticing you.
You know, the funny thing is, Sparks used to say that I had the ability to hide in the middle of a Goodwill.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the shelves would only come up to my shoulder and she couldn't find me standing next to me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like,
Now, what book was that from? It was a humor book. From what?
Was it one of Christopher Stasheff's?
No.
Sounds like something out of one of his, though.
Sounds like something from Hitchhikers.
Yeah, I think it may have been Hitchhikers.
Not Hitchhikers. Not Hitchhikers.
no, it wasn't Hitchhikers. I'd have remembered that.
Might have been one of the other
Douglas Adams books.
Douglas Adams books.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's not Hitchhikers.
It's,
I don't.
yeah.
Yeah, I think it may have been. I don't remember. I go through so many books; it's kind of hard to keep track.
Right. And it doesn't ring any bells with Pratchett, although it's been years since I've read most of those.
Since I've,
Oh, by the by,
Mm-hmm.
something I started to tell you about 4 times today and then gotten waylaid.
Wouldn't know anything about that.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Yeah. Has anyone cleared out the miners?
I don't know if. Yeah, I don't know if it was yesterday or day before. Elle sent me a link to a Kickstarter that is supposed to ship in March or April, which looks very interesting and which we three could have lots of use for here shortly. And it's, you know, one of my things is I'm not keen on backing first projects for new developers. This is not a first project. This is one that's already delivered for projects. So, but it is an ultrasound razor cutter, which is good for trimming sprues on 3D prints. And it's at Early Bird, it's about the third of a price of the comparable one that I found just on a fast search. I could undoubtedly find one cheaper by looking, but you know, this is $100 and most of them are $250 and up. Something to think about, and if we decide to do it, we should probably early bird it soonish.
Those zombies didn't even get anywhere close to the base.
Yes, I reloaded all the turrets today too.
Oh.
By the way, may I have a party invite?
Actually, I need to get a party invite to everyone. Give me just a minute. Because the alarm is not even going off. Kirby is not in yet?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm still transitioning.
Trying what?
It's loading. Creating player.
Yep,
Now I'm in.
The V Rising server, I was actually really surprised at how smoothly the server ran.
Sweet.
Well, it ran pretty smooth the last time we played, but I don't remember if we were playing on a server or if we were playing on a hosted game.
It was a hosted game.
Ah. So yeah, playing on a server then will be a very interesting experience.
Oh, it is a dedicated server? Okay.
Yeah. I had the space on Achilles, so I went ahead and set up the...
Decided to use it.
Yeah.
Reasonable.
Where were you keeping the armor crafting kits?
They're in
In crafting?
crafted, I think.
Crafted. Yeah. Did you finish Rifle World?
I did.
Okay. So I'm okay to read.
You absolutely may do so. Oh, and are we going to roll back to 07? So we have, you know, a chance of having an Annie?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually going to set it to 1800 yesterday.
Okay.
It's always funny when you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Do that instead. I can always move it forward when she gets here.
And Server God said, "Let the day be."
Mm-hmm.
Or Empire has bequeathed it to be
Oh,
dawn, day, and dusk.
Mm-hmm.
guess what the server name is on Verizon?
I don't know.
The
What is
Bobs.
it? Bob?
The Bobs.
The Bobs?
Yeah, the description is "We are Bob."
We are Bob.
Of course.
We are Bob. You will be Bobified.
Yep.
I like it. Let's get a t-shirt that says "We are Bob."
Yeah.
We are Bobs. Or we are many.
We are. We are.
Well, crazy. The book series, the Bobiverse. The first book is "We Are Many, We Are Bob."
We are Bob. Absolutely lovely set of books.
Mm-hmm. And a lot more serious than you would think for...
Yeah, it runs the full gambit from
It's
funny
hard
to
sci-fi.
serious. Yeah.
And it's hard sci-fi.
Yeah, and it is hard sci-fi. It really is. Oh.
I have to go to Windows, but I'll try this again.
Okay.
I just crashed.
Yeah, the only book that I didn't like in this series, mainly because I think they just spent too much time on it, was the Otter World. The Beavers.
See, I didn't mind that one. I think the last one felt a little rushed.
Mm-hmm. That's...
No, maybe it wasn't the last one. There was one that felt just a little rushed, and I think it was only because there was a little too much going on between 2 or 3 different places.
Yeah.
So if they had broken that out to maybe 2 books, it would have been a little bit better. But that aside, it still was a good read, and they got all the information there. It just could have either been a little bit longer book, or the book could have been split out and had all of this stuff going on this planet in one book and all the stuff going on in this other planet in another book.
Yeah, there were a couple of books like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them, and I don't know which one. There was decidedly a, what is this and why is it here?
Here.
Because it really doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I think that was when they discovered the alien ship for the first time.
And there was a bunch of it's okay, this is interesting, but it's not particularly salient, and I don't see how it's going to become so.
And it
And it
probably
didn't.
didn't.
Well,
It
some
didn't.
of it did, some of it didn't. Although I think there's one that I haven't actually read yet, so it may be that some of it wraps up, but it's been now I read again because I've slept since then.
I think I just would like to go back and reread it, period.
Yeah,
Because
there are some that are like that.
well, it's been long enough because I haven't read it since the series came out.
I actually just recently read it again. I'm still trying to remember where I read about the SCP field. It may have been Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, because I did re-listen to the first book recently.
Hitchhikers, but I think it may be a different Adams book.
No, the only one that I read was Hitchhikers.
Then it may have been one of the other books in that series, because not in the original. I don't think it's in the original one.
The first book was the one that I read. The only one that I read.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Bear. T-Bear.
Google says life, universe, and everything.
Yeah.
Hey, you're here now. That's all that matters, T-Bear. Live in the moment. How are you doing? And I'm following you on Twitter, aren't I? Things have been interesting. Good interesting.
That's a word.
Excuse me.
And how about you? How have you been doing, T-Bear? Thing put away. I may be following. Yeah, I'm actually in the process of moving Twitter over to Blue Sky. It's getting a little too musky on Twitter.
And you know how that becomes skanky in just no time flat.
Yeah.
That was a really nice way of putting it too, by the way. Very, very expertly done.
Oh, okay. So, my person that I follow on Twitter, he came out and he said what I was trying to say the other night. He says, before we start, anyways, he says, I'm not leaving this platform. I think it's important to be where the fight is, and I'm staying.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'll stay on Twitter with him.
Hey, I'm not going to delete my Twitter account.
No, I was never saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just saying that's the reason why I'm currently staying on Twitter.
Yeah.
My only reason.
But he could still set up a Blue Sky account.
I know. I am. I do plan to.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I just took a bite of a chip.
Well, like I said before, Twitter is my primary advertising / go live. So it's taken me a long time to move off of that because it's the only place I really kind of advertise the stream.
Right.
Setting up new on something like Blue Sky is kind of starting from scratch, and it takes a long time to get established again.
I believe that.
Yes, but my gosh, my mental health.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There is that.
Blue Sky still has some problems.
Yes, but not nearly as much.
Yeah.
Well, and not the same ones.
No, it's got some of the same problems.
It does.
Well, some of them, but
yeah.
Some
but
of them
it's
are
not nearly as musky there.
Right.
Well, and seeing like crazy, I was saying the other night, but I don't think you were there. I don't do anything on Twitter except follow that guy, the person that I follow.
You can say who it is.
Oh, okay.
You have my permission.
Even though it's political.
Yes.
Okay, it is Angry Staffer.
Mm-hmm.
He is also on Blue Sky, and it's been my main source of information because his information always has stuff to back it up as fact. So.
By the way, Luna, have you followed Shasta's Scratchpad?
On
Scratchpad. This site is called Scratchpad.
Substack.
Oh no, I don't even know what that is. I've never even heard of that.
Oh, it is an essayist version, basically. And I cross-post her to my Discord, but she also writes well-documented critical thinking, totally provenanced essays.
Any?
And she's a really smart lady.
Mm-hmm.
Cute too.
And she's really good on a lot of issues, including gender.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, another person I like is Unconsciously. He's on Instagram.
Mm-hmm. I was watching Vash for a long time, but he's gotten a bit too much.
He has issues too.
Yeah, but I do like his was liking his political views.
Yeah, he's calmed down his misogyny sometimes.
Yeah.
There is that.
Yep.
Yeah, you know.
Also, he's the debate bro, so ew.
Oh. I was mainly watching him for the beard. He's got a very nice beard. But yeah, he's just gotten to be too much for me. It's the ego.
Well, yes, but he's a debate bro. Debate bros gotta have an ego.
Uh-huh. Rev, how are you?
Hey, Rev.
Oh my goodness. Hubby is attempting to get Netflix to work so that he can watch the Mike Tyson Jake Paul fight tonight.
Why?
I'm still in utter awe that went through, but okay. I mean, he's got to know it's
well,
planned,
when's the
right?
last time?
Oh, well, yeah.
And when's the last time Mike Tyson's even fought?
I was just say, you know, when you've got a almost 60-year-old.
Uh-huh.
Well,
and that's the only ones he can fight are the ones that have retired and haven't been boxing in a long time.
Well, isn't this just more of an expedition?
It is.
Yeah, show fight.
Yep.
yeah. He mostly just wants to see Jake Paul get his butt kicked.
I would like to see that too.
He's Mike Tyson's already made a dent in his face just at the weigh-in, so it should be fun.
Yeah, he just slapped him, and then he was like, "Oh my god!" I think he had stars in his eyes just from the slap.
Yup. No, hubby's not really ever been into boxing or fights or wrestling or any of that kind of stuff. Just this one happens to spark his interest.
Has a particular.
The check's been cut for your power chair, and could get it as soon as sometimes midweek.
Sweet.
Nice. Very nice.
Woohoo.
Sorry. I had to interrupt for that.
Oh, absolutely.
It's worth it.
Absolutely.
That's definitely more interesting to talk about, honestly.
Hey, well, my dad used to watch boxing. I have never liked boxing, and being forced, well, it being the only thing on TV when you can only watch one channel, kind of leaves a bad taste in your mouth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, I just can't do it.
Yep. Well, that's understandable.
No, about the only like violence I generally like watching is full contact jousting.
Full contact jousting?
Yeah, it's a thing.
Huh.
It is the thing. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Actually, your former housemate, Tex,
LPR.
belonged to an organization that did that.
Oh?
Uh-huh.
And what housemate was that? Oh.
That was when you were at Niece's.
Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, but that's different.
How?
It is
It is
still...
not. It's not a officially recognized money-making sport.
Oh, yes, it is.
It's not like football.
No, it is not like
That's what I mean.
It is not like football. However, you think these people would be risking their $20,000 Frisians if there wasn't money in it?
That's true.
Yeah, it's... Oh, yeah.
There's big bucks involved, man.
Yes, there are.
We're Abbott and Costello. The only contact you like is the Three Stooges. Yeah, exactly.
There was something to be said for that. No, like the way your mind thinks.
I've just never been into sports.
That's kind of it for me too.
Of any type.
I like cerebral sports. I prefer to sit and watch, cricket and chess and dancing.
Well, even lacrosse is more interesting.
No, I do actually find that one rather boring. But
well, it's just a comment on the other sports.
I get. I'm just.
And I used to watch baseball, a little bit of baseball, pro baseball, but that's only because the guys were cute.
I watch
Football.
baseball with my friends.
Yeah, exactly. But most of them wear a cup, so you can't really tell that much.
You can see their cheeks. You can tell whether or not they have dimples.
Exactly. I actually do watch baseball with my friends because, and I have gone to some live sports because, like music, live is always better.
Yeah.
Because there's something, it's the kinetic energy of the crowd, it's the energy of the game. You don't get that through the telly. Yeah.
And I hated live sports even more.
Wow.
I think it's because you have to sit there and actually pay attention to it.
Yeah, I don't have the attention span for this.
And I don't have the patience.
Patience.
And you're surrounded by, people. Ick.
Well, that's another issue too.
I have to admit,
at home, you have snacks.
Yeah,
cheaper
there's
snacks.
that. Cheaper snacks. Cheaper snacks. I must admit, I'm not as inclined to go to soccer matches as I used to be. But I did make an exception for, you get to go see teams that you would never have likely seen. You make an exception. But
well, in hockey, the main reason people watch hockey is for the violence. Watching them break out in fights and lose teeth and stuff like that.
I wouldn't know. I've never been. I am in concurrence with you for the most part. I'm not fond of sports. I was forced to play sports growing up. I'm not a fan of sports.
Wait,
It's a general rule.
And hockey for
I was
me
reading
is...
something. Were y'all talking about hockey just now?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was the one sport when I was growing up that I liked to watch and I wanted to play, but I couldn't learn how to skate to save my life, so I would just play broomball. And I had so much fun, like chucking the big guys into the snowbanks.
Nice.
I kind of like, because that was one of the sports that I sort of played.
Well, and sports were never an option for me.
Yeah, because of your
I used-
physicalities. Yeah.
No, because up until I was 30, I weighed 98 pounds on a heavy day.
Oh wow!
It took me up until I was about 30 that I started putting on weight. And because I had the operation on my chest, I couldn't do sports. So just watching, I can't think of anything more boring because playing is not an option.
Right. Where for me, it was directly the opposite. I was already, by time I was 14, 6'2", and I could put my hand through the net. So every time I turned around, I was having a uniform shoved into my face going, "You're playing for this team." And the only thing I really truly enjoyed was volleyball. I was a decent striker. You know, I had a good, I got a 32-inch inseam. I could make a good lunge along the length of the net in a good solid stride. And, but it was nothing I could ever keep up with.
Well, if I could have played anything, it would have been soccer.
Yeah, and I enjoyed playing soccer. But that was about it. And by the time I was 18 or 20, I was already starting to have physical back problems. My spine grew too fast. They were discovering. I grew 3 feet in just under 3 months.
Wow.
I grew way too fast. They were already starting to discover by the time I was 18 that my bones were turned wrong, and
doing
weird things, and sports soon became right back off the board.
Yep.
Even though, teachers were like, "Oh no, you need to do this. It's critical you do this." My principal was, "Well, you have to do this. Your grade's dependent on it." Until my mother went, "No, she doesn't."
God for your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, it was worse than that, Luna. My folks were semi-professional musicians. I didn't have a babysitter that wasn't a 4-footed, 150-pound Great Pyrenees. I went with my parents to their work. And when the teaching staff and the principal found out about that, they actually were going to haul my parents up in front of the school board, because it was, God, I can't even think of the right words, but to take a child on a Friday and Saturday night and put her in a camper outside of a tavern, it's just wrong. That's not a good way to raise a child. It is. And my mother finally is like, "Oh, no, I don't think so." And she marched right on in there, and she laid down the law about that you do not have a right to dictate to me how I raise my child. There's nothing wrong with my child. My child is very well adjusted. She eats 3 squares of meals. I come out 3 times a night. I bring her hot food. She has a companion. She has toys. She has meals. She is looked after. There's not a single person on that bandstand, let alone behind that bar, that wouldn't go above and beyond to make sure she's protected. I don't think so. Kind of thing. And because I was very well loved by everybody we worked with, because I roadied. I just couldn't go in after a certain point because, well, I was underage.
Yep.
But I did. I had this beautiful, big old golden retriever, Great Pyrenees, His name was Fritz. He's the reason I have no front teeth.
Oh.
He was as big as I was when he hit me in the head.
Oh no!
Oh my God, he was a great
Oh yeah.
dog. He was amazing. When he died at the age of 18, guys, of Great Pyrenees. 18.
That's exceptional for our Pyrenees. Holy crap.
It was incredibly exceptional. He still weighed about 90 pounds.
Oh wow.
I literally grew up with him. He was 3 when I was 9. He was the best.
My brother-in-law had a Great Pyrenees, but it was also mixed with, what's it? Australian Shepherd. And oh my God, he was a horse, but he was so
Polar
fat.
bears.
Yeah.
A friend of ours, whose birthday is today, by the way, Caribia. Who has moved back here, but still owns a farm in Ohio. Just lost her the second of her polar bears. Because she has had, since she bought the farm, she's had 4 Great Pyrenees as livestock guardian dogs. And they take care of her herding stock. And of course, Cinderella McFly, who has had a presence on here since she came to the U.S., is now.
McFly? It's a streamer?
No, she's a dog that we were talking about on stream about how she had to get home by midnight. So she got here at, I don't know, 50 pounds maybe. She was like 10 months old. And she's now 150 pounds. And she is so the alpha of the neighborhood.
Jeez, 150 pounds, that's it? Psh.
She is a Serbian mountain dog who actually was imported from Serbia, which is why she was, coming in on a plane at midnight, hence the Cinderella has to get home by midnight.
Yeah, there's some of those mountain dogs. All of the mountain dogs are just absolutely amazing. Serbian, Himalayan, Burmese. They're just Great Pyrenees. They're just all fabulous because their breeding and their training to, be left alone as working animals up in the mountains is just.
They're all guardians.
Yeah, they're all guardians, and that is exactly what I had. I had a lifelong friend and guardian.
Aww.
He raised both those kids, and he'd walk with my mom, and he'd walk at my mom's knee. And anybody that came by, he was just not a problem until, you raised a voice or had a bad gesture. And he would not raise his voice, but he'd curl his lip.
And never
That's all it took.
Never ignore a Great Pyrenees sneer. Because you are about to get your arse handed to you.
That's what my mom told one guy at night. He got all in her face about being on private property. And she's like, okay, I'll leave. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. And the guy's buddy's like, okay, they agreed to leave. Let's go. No, she's got to leave. Blah, blah, blah. And he's getting all bent out of shape. And Fritz, starts rolling his lip. And she's pulling him down quietly and turning away. And Mom finally got to the point, was like, sir, you need to back away. You really do. I am leaving, but if you do not back away, you're going to step into my personal space, and I can't account
Things will
for
not
anything.
Go well.
Yeah, I can't account for anything after that. This will be all on your head. And then he's like, are you threatening me? And it's like, no, I'm just telling you how it is. And then the other guy's like, the other guy's paying attention to the dog.
Uh-huh.
It's like, dude, you just let it go. Kind of thing. We did actually, we were out walking the dog at night, and he did back down. And the minute he backed down, Fritz backed down.
Mm-hmm.
We turned and walked away, and that was the end of it. It's just like we never walked our dog there again, because obviously that guy walked around at night with his buddy, and he's just a total.
Probably out looking for a fight too.
I think he really was. He was one of those cock of the walk kind of people.
Uh-huh.
And Mom never wanted any problems. She just wanted to walk the dog, and we were probably 2 miles from home because we walked pretty far. Yeah.
Well, I would walk my Great Dane when I got home from work between 11 and midnight. I would walk my Great Dane to the edge of town and then up along the highway. Stop at Circle K and get the old dead hot dogs that had come off the roller because,
Yeah, old dead hot dogs.
Great
Good for
Dane.
something. Yeah.
And she would, and often around, midnight-ish, the local constabulary would pop in, and she would wrap her forearms around the top lights of the patrol car, and stick her head in the window and steal sunflower seeds out of the cop's pocket. But yeah, I had, and the only time that she got really cranky was when one of the local boys, and I say boy because he was in his 20s, but he was developmentally disabled. So he was probably, 22 going on about 13. Tried to take one of my partner's kids' bike.
Only bound to one person and merely accept the rest of the household. Yeah. Generally what I've heard about cats too. Male cats don't really bond, but they will be buddies with a bunch of different people. Female cats tend to, this is not a hard and fast rule, tend to bond to only one person and tolerate other people.
That has been my experience.
It's largely true.
Yeah. I have only had one female, and most of my males have been my cats. I have been dropped like a hot rock. My man Nick, I will say, bonded with one of my other neighbors he was a retired sailor, and when he met Dave, it was like, wow, he could hear him coming down the hall, and he'd go wait by the door. He'd jump off my lap and go and sit in front of the hallway door, and if he knocked, I'd open the door and he'd walk out there and he'd sit underneath his walker to where they would be back to back. It's like, I got your 6, buddy. You're okay. And he would sit there, and the entire time that we sat there and chatted, but he loved Dave. He thought Dave was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Other than that, he was my cat. Everyone else was like, yeah, okay, yeah, fine, you can pet me. Hi, yeah, you're nice. But Dave, Dave, he dropped me like anything for Dave. So yeah, you know, cats are unique creatures.
Yep. Well,
Took
like
me
I
a long
said,
time to not be jealous of Dave for that.
well, like I said, it's not a hard and fast rule, but
It isn't.
just a rule of thumb.
Take it with a grain of salt. Cats don't dislike you; they just like you differently.
Well,
Now, that being said, Dave's cat adored me.
Well,
Dave's door and come down to my house.
Cats tolerate us as minions.
Well, the thing that always amazed Jerry, we had 5 different cats, and they had 5 completely different personalities. And he was always just amazed by that. But
I don't know
no
why.
2 of them.
You know, 5 different people would have 5 different personalities. So
Yeah, but
why
he
wouldn't-
didn't think.
Why wouldn't cats?
He didn't realize how well their personality was developed.
How expressive it can
And
be.
Yeah.
Yep, and
That
how
a cat's
expressive.
just not a cat. That is not a cat.
Yep.
Eh,
Yep. Don't like this either. Ah, my
Assyrian.
brain hurts.
Why does your brain hurt?
Because I'm trying to design inlays, and they always, you know, go.
Nah.
Large enough to take on big cats and wolves and scare off bears. Yeah. Well, I've seen a 5-pound or a 10-pound cat scare off a bear. All one presentation.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd be scared of a 10-pound cat.
Dude,
Oh,
I
God,
have
yes.
lacerations on my arm to prove how. Hell, for that matter, Lala is as fast as a viper and would make Ali jealous of a right hook.
Oh yeah. Having been swiped by the lollipop more than once. Last time I was babysitting her, I didn't realize where she was sitting, because laying, because it, you know, wasn't immediately obvious, and she was just kind of hanging out minding her business.
Oops.
And yeah, walked by and got smacked, and it was like, oh, whoops, sorry, lollipop.
Yep, she is just brutally fast. And there's some things that she absolutely despises, like laundry. If she's laying on the bed, do not do the laundry at the foot of the bed. You'll
Oh.
get 3 pieces folded before you're done, and she is attacking. She hates the motion of folding or hanging laundry on the line.
Really?
Mm-mm. Nope. Done.
I've shown you the the video of the ravens playing with the clothes,
Mm-hmm.
with the one hanging upside down from I think it was his sheet.
Yep.
Yep.
And getting smacked down by his buddy for goofing off too much.
Well, they do that
Speak
too.
of a little devil. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I heard that.
Meow.
Yeah, Chirpy Cat was chirping in the window earlier. I don't know what was out there, but it was...
I had a moment trying to get her settled in my arm. I think it's hungry time again. Time for more snacks. Forgot to see about getting some protein powder for her snacks today. We'll have to do that when we go out again. Oh, and I meant to ask you, Bent. She's not liking the fresh stuff, so I threw it back in the freezer. Do you want it?
Sure. Have you tried thinning it with, like broth instead of just warm water?
No. I could try that.
Mm.
I tried mixing it in her food, tried mixing it in her snacks.
Yeah, just starting like at a teaspoon at a time. And,
Oh yeah, it is just like a bite.
But it may be that she's old enough that she's just not gonna accept.
I think we're just gonna start putting protein powder in the churu. She just wants to eat the churu.
Uh-huh. Has she always been kind of a fussy eater?
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, she doesn't even mind kibble. She just has never liked wet food, no matter what kind of wet food it is.
That's right.
But for my Great Dane, Bridget, I put baby formula, powdered baby formula.
Okay.
In her food, of course, and the other thing that she got was jack mackerel. Of course, at the time, both of those were dead cheap. Now neither of them are. But yeah, baby formula is a good protein source.
Yes.
Yeah, and Dr. Boyd did say something about baby food, so we'll pick some of that up and start putting it in our churu.
That's a good idea. Harley never liked to eat wet food either, but then we were having problems with her getting, what are they called? Infections and stuff. And the vet said that she needed to get more liquids, and one of those ways was wet food. What we ended up doing was adding avocado. Not every night. This was like for a couple of nights, and then after that she started eating the wet food kind of thing. But yeah, because I know avocado's not exactly the healthiest, but it got her eating the wet food, so I'm going to call that a win.
I don't know that avocado's actually bad for them, though.
No.
It's got a lot of, what is it?
It's just fatty.
Salts or something? I'm not sure.
Yeah,
it's fatty.
Another thing that cats tend to like that is good for fiber is pumpkin.
Pumpkin and sweet potatoes.
Yep. And pumpkin you can get in a powder form and mix in their food.
Yeah, she's certainly getting a decent amount of fiber.
Yeah.
Mostly concerned right now is getting some weight back in, because she's finally slid under her her upper weight limit. Not by much, but she is now technically underweight.
Alright, Louise, I'm going to check in on our friend. I might be back and might not.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
I'll be right back too. I'm gonna go get her something, since she's sitting here staring at me and standing on my knees going, well,
Sweet mama.
I have been sleeping for hours. I'm hungry. I'll be right back.
Okay. Is anyone familiar with the magnetic fields?
In what regard?
I'm trying to remember the name of the song.
What?
What? Talking about a group or?
Yeah.
Okay, nope.
I didn't understand the last thing that you said about what magnetic fields you were talking about.
Oh, it's a song called All My Little Words by a group called the Magnetic Fields.
Oh. I was going to be like, I know a little bit about the magnetic field of the Earth and the sun. And
yeah, but it doesn't sing a popular song.
Yeah, not the same gig.
No.
Hey, you think she was feeling good or something? She just flew off that chair and went running down the hall, loping like a big old horse.
Involved, of course.
Well, I got introduced to them because some kid made an 8-bit cover of All My Little Words.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah. And another person did a video for it. Homemade video.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Oh, I'll be right back.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post this in chat. For those wondering who I was talking about. Boy, it's hard to see any zombies out in that field. Good. Something that was very appropriate since I posted that video about how to tell if you're an NPC. The Mr. Bubbles fell to the ground from a story up. T-posed about a half a foot above the ground and started spinning until I shot him again, and he tried to teleport back up to the floor above and died.
Must have been an NPC.
Yeah. Did y'all watch that video?
I have not yet.
Okay.
It is in my queue though, because it's like, you must be an NPC if... I love those kinds of videos.
Yeah. And he's really good at that too.
Yeah.
He's got examples of ragdolling from 5 different games. That's hysterical.
Oh, yeah.
Quiet.
Yeah.
You know how much it hurts when I think.
I can relate.
I'm cooking batteries and brass, and I'll be stoking lead here in a minute.
Trying to work out both things.
How many shots is that vulture gonna take?
Yes.
All the yes.
I haven't even got to the part where you have the demo.
Luna!
Why do you need more dukes to cook?
They're by far the most efficient brass.
Really?
Well, we get the same number of units of brass, but because they stack to 50,000, I don't have to come back every 20 minutes to restoke the forges.
True.
And we actually have quite a bit of brass at the moment, but you know, the moment we stop going out and foraging like mad for it, we're gonna go through it in pretty quick time.
Yeah, Yep, this is gonna have the same problem. See, it disappears for now. Put a bunch of zombies out here. And then it comes back. Yeah, it's bugged. If I was going to be restarting every time we run into a bug in 7 days to die, I'd be restarting every 5 minutes. Only thing I haven't figured out and I don't think I'm going to get an answer, is what actually is supposed to trigger that. I've tried everything I can think
Good
of.
question.
Yeah. What was supposed to trigger it? One thing we could do as far as the brass is concerned is if we do a rotation, have someone going out looking for brass every day and rotate that person.
That could work. Yeah.
I'm back.
It eases up the the strain.
Mm.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't mind going brass hunting just about every time I'm on. I don't plan on doing any more building on this server, so I'm really only just out here getting dukes and radiators.
Well, and actually, the getting dukes is and cook down all the batteries, because the acid also nets a crapload of dukes.
Oh, I have been smelting down all the batteries, so I didn't know we could sell the acid because I thought we really needed that.
Well, we've now got enough acid to hand for our projects, so we can sell some of it. And it is one of the highest, that and headlights are actually among the highest bank products.
Okay. All right, good to know.
And what she was saying is the dukes are the best for smelting for brass.
Yeah.
So going out and harvesting cars and stuff, which provides a lot of dukes, is actually a really good thing. And I was just saying that if we rotate people doing that, we can have someone out looking every day.
And we can still do other things.
Yeah, without running the risk of someone burning out doing it.
Okay.
That doesn't mean we can't have volunteers doing it.
Absolutely.
If going out and harvesting stuff like that is your thing, go out and do your thing.
Absolutely.
Well, I do take a break from it sometimes to do quests, but then I'm also gathering brass.
Yeah, you're also gathering stuff, which is good.
Did you see my new balls, Annie? My new nuts? Not Annie, but Luna.
Luna.
Be afraid, Luna.
No.
Be afraid.
I got new nuts.
Well, you know he has lovely nuts.
Well, always.
Ask us how we know. Oh,
did
I say that out loud?
Yeah.
I don't have them in here. Hang on a minute.
Now, you really do need to see a doctor about that.
springs also sell for a scrap load.
What does?
Springs?
Oh yeah, I've been selling the springs and the pipes, extra pipes that we
Wrought
had.
iron pipes, yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Okay. Here. Now, can you see the stream?
Yes. Those are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Where'd you get those?
Joanne's?
Aha!
Or was it
No, it's Joanne's.
was
Yeah.
it Joanne or Ben Franklin?
Joanne.
Joanne's.
Okay.
I haven't been to Ben Franklin.
Didn't you go with?
No, he didn't go with us that day.
Mm.
Ah, that's right. Because
He
that
was-
was the day
yeah.
we went to the British pantry.
Yeah, and
He
he
was
had to.
waiting
Wolf
for
Mom.
delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, Wolf Mom. I got something there. I don't remember what it was. Oh, crochet thread. And a couple of odds and ends. What is mainly the crochet thread?
Yeah, because it's not like we're odd or anything.
Oh. Well, it was a color I hadn't seen before. I had to get it.
Yeah.
I'll be right back again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
Oh, man. And how are you doing tonight, Wolf Mom? I met Wolf Mom at TwitchCon.
Nice.
I think it was TwitchCon. It was either that or PAX. PAX South? Okay. They all kind of blur together. So I've been to PAX South twice and really liked it both times. It's a shame they stopped doing PAX South. But we have now been to PAX West 2 times in a row. And wish they kept it going. Yeah, well, I really liked PAX South. It's one of those that wasn't too big and it wasn't too small. It was enough that you could see everything, or most everything that you would want to, and still have time to sit around and talk to people. And there were places to sit around and talk to people.
Always a nice thing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's gonna look nice. Okay, I can live with that.
Uh-huh.
Floors for the win.
Oh. Floors are always hard to do. Solid color, carpet,
Inlay.
You want to do a texture or inlay?
Going with an inlay.
Yeah.
So it's finding an inlay pattern I wanted to do.
Or maybe a throw rug.
I'd love to have done a throw rug. That's what was in here before. I was gonna update the throw rugs, but there was nothing that seemed to work.
Yep.
So it's like, you know what? Let's just go for it and change the floor all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll just
It'll
work
be
on my one more skill set.
Chat. I now have a V Rising server up and running. This is something Annie probably want to know about as well.
Yeah, I hear her salivating already.
It's open 24/7. The only thing that I ask is that you be in the general voice channel in Discord, whether you're talking or not, just so I know who's on the server. But it does provide a way of talking to other people, if you're into that type of thing. I don't want to kink shame. But yeah, me and Crazy were on the server for a while before stream today.
So the castle's built.
No, while
castle
you're going in, you're not at level 1 when you go in, or if you're new to the server, you still can't do everything.
I was just yanking your chain because I know you.
Well, I already picked out a plateau and paved it.
Oh, okay. So for all practical purposes, castle's built.
But you can have more than one castle.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I watched Annie play it. Bass and I were doing something, but I was watching over on this other stream. And like, what is she playing? And she was telling me a little bit about it, and I'm like, vampire game. Playing a zombie game. She's playing a vampire game. What is the world coming to? You know. It was great because she's like, I gotta move my. You were moving your throne room. That's what it was.
Oh.
Proving and moving her throne room.
Yep, something like I do.
Now, I've only got one, or set this to have only one throne. You can have multiple blood altars, or whatever they're called.
Yeah, I would hope so. I think that's the only way you can have a castle is to have a blood altar.
Yep. Blood altar or castle heart?
Castle heart. You
I'm
are
back.
correct, sir.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Tex, Bent, and Karubia, I'm about to send you all a DM. Is that what they're called here on Discord? Yeah, just to let you know. I'll be there in just a second.
Okay.
Okie doke.
Really?
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 Dun dun dun.
I hate these vehicles.
Oh hey, now you got some iron.
Always looking on the bright side.
And clay.
Always looking on the bright side. Here we go. I got your message.
Okay.
Yep.
Got it.
He doesn't know anything about it.
Ah.
I think she might know a little bit.
Oh.
I'll message you later if you want, Annie. If you want to know what's going on.
Yes.
Hugs and comfort, Annie. Hugs and comfort.
And to Luna. And to Luna.
And to Luna.
Not that we would want to make Annie nervous or anything.
No.
Of course not.
Or goat her curiosity even more.
Any more than, yeah.
We would never do it.
No.
Yeah.
Never.
The abuse.
Hmm?
Now, abuse is a whole different thing. You didn't say nothing about abuse.
Mm-hmm. Well, one thing I talked to Bent and Garubia about earlier was skipping over Horde Night tonight and gaslighting chat, telling them that we'd already done it and even streamed it, and they just missed it.
Evil.
Yeah, and
Evil.
Going, okay, close to the right.
But one thing I can talk about is I am also texting Bass's hubby right now, and he's telling me about all what he's going to be cooking for Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Mom.
evil man.
He's doing the turkey, the stuffing, the mashed potatoes, and the gravy. And oh my gosh, I never got to try the crescent rolls. I always wanted to try the crescent rolls. Cranberry jelly and Bass's famous pumpkin cheesecake.
Ooh.
Oh, wow.
Pickies or it didn't happen?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I'll tell him that.
Is he having all that by himself, or is he going over to someone's family, or
Well,
someone's
his
house?
family. He's got a little bit of family.
Okay.
his family's in the area, yeah.
Yeah, and
Yes.
Vass
Well,
and him went
close
to.
to the area.
Yeah.
Okay, as long as he's not doing it alone.
Yeah.
Oh
it's
yeah,
the-
no,
For some value of in the area.
Yeah.
Oh no, if he was doing Thanksgiving alone, I'd invite
Yeah,
him out.
exactly.
With or without my brother's permission.
Yeah.
Because we always go to my brother's here in Waco. My brother's family for Thanksgiving.
Mhm.
You know, it's funny. There's nothing special about Waco, but it's always held a special place in my heart because that was one of the places that I got to get away from Austin a couple of times.
Oh, yeah, I guess Waco is.
It's pretty close to Austin, relatively.
Yeah.
In
I
Texas,
was like,
in
It's short
Texas
enough to drive.
terms, yeah, in Texas terms, it's pretty close to Austin.
Yes.
Short enough to drive, far enough away that you don't have to worry about running into people.
Yep.
we always
I
like
did
to
that a
stop
time
in.
or two.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Luna.
Oh, we always like to stop in West Texas on our way to Waco.
Uh-huh.
Not West Texas, but the town of West.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And what was I gonna? Oh, anyways, get the kolaches there.
Ah.
Oh yeah, check places. Oh, it's so good.
And what are kolaches?
Kolaches are
They're a
like
Texas thing, aren't they?
No, they are
What's it-
not. They are an Eastern European thing.
similar to like the sweet ones are similar, not really similar. I'm probably gonna get someone's probably gonna correct me on this, but similar to Danishes, I would say, like cream cheese Danishes and berry Danishes and
Mhm.
things like that. And then the meat ones are almost like a pig in a blanket, like you get at a donut store.
Okay.
You know, I opened up the treasure room and forgot to loot it.
Oops.
What?
Uh-oh.
You're falling down on the job, bud.
My inventory was full, so I went back to the truck, filled up the truck, forgot to go back to the loot room and grab the loot.
Likely story. Likely story.
Oh, we were talking.
Blame it on us. I see how it is.
Where did
Wow.
Actually, I may have picked up most of it. My inventory's too full of loot type stuff. Chat, did I empty the loot room? I don't think they're paying any more attention than I am.
I don't think so. I think they're actually trying to play with chat bots.
Oh, chatbot's not running. Why is the chatbot not running?
I don't know. Ask the chat bot.
Oh, because it got signed out. Does that frequently.
Silly chat bot.
Well, the token expires.
No. Okay. That does make sense.
But you don't get a warning that the token has expired.
Or going to expire.
Or going to expire.
Well, that's bloody rude.
Uh-huh. Okay. And unless it's actually logged in, the trivia bot does not run. Because scripts are disabled until someone's actually logged in.
Yeah.
But you had to refresh the stream. Yeah, I think I got part of it, but I didn't get all of it. I do remember getting the important stuff. Which was the infested stash. I've got too many of those red boxes to not have picked up at least part of it.
And trader rolls over tomorrow, I think.
Oh.
Could be wrong, but I think the trader rolls over tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000 headlights is 43,000 dukes.
Yeah, and with all of the perks, it's even more. Scrapping cars is still a good thing, because even though, you know, and the radiators are a good source of brass, they're just not the most efficient source of brass.
Oh.
But they also produce short iron pipes, and springs, and headlights, and motor oil. All of which are good things.
Hades Snob, how are you? Best way to get legendary parts? Questing. Go through the POIs to the into loot room, and in the major chest there should be at least one legendary part. You can also find them randomly if your loot skill is up high enough. That's why the first thing I always put points into is Lucky Looter. I think occasionally you can buy them from the trader. Would have to double check that.
You can get them as a quest reward as well.
Yeah.
Not just in the loot chest, but from the traders.
Yeah. I forgot about that. There's still...
Early on, I think that's where we got most of ours.
Yeah. The questing is really good for getting legendary parts.
And occasionally you can just find them in the wild.
Mm-hmm.
It's rare, but you can do it.
You're on day 60 and you've only got like 7 total? Really? Well, they're not that common. We've got up to 6 or 8 people on the server at a time normally, and we've only got 75. And I do almost nothing but questing.
We've had to work pretty hard for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, questing is probably the best way. One of the best ways.
And when you get them as, end of quest rewards from the trader, you're still only going to get 1 at a time, but you only need 1 each for most things.
Yep. Oh, dang it.
Be right back again.
Okay. The legendary parts. These guys. To make tier 6 tools and weapons.
And armor.
And armor. Ugh.
No. Stop.
I was just saying, what you yawning for there, boss?
Don't ask him why he's yawning. Ask him what he had for dinner.
Yeah.
Dude.
A rock and roll, some miso soup.
Well, that shouldn't have cost food coma much.
Much.
Well, I also was up early this morning,
Yeah.
but boy did I sleep well last night.
Well, that's good. I didn't. I have not actually been sleeping well lately, and I don't know why.
Yes, it at the beginning it is like making a life decision when using the legendary parts. Most things you can keep at tier 5. Armor, I went ahead and upped that as soon as possible. But weapons, I think I kept them at tier 5 for a really long time.
A while.
Yeah. I didn't upgrade. I actually don't even think I have much in the way of upgraded armor now, but I didn't upgrade my armor, my most important armor pieces, until I'd settled on what armor set I wanted to live in the longest.
Yep. I didn't even upgrade my armor to tier 6 until I knew that we had plenty of legendary parts.
Exactly. Tier 5 was more than sufficient.
Yep. But it's not as satisfying.
No, it's not. But
And it's not purple.
and it's not purple.
Yeah.
But you've said the most of it right there, actually, Tex, and you've hit the hammer on the head. It's not satisfying on a completionist level.
Yep.
But as far as what the bonuses and what you actually get out of it,
Function?
yeah, form and function, tier 6 really isn't all that spectacular. Yes, it is better, but it isn't spectacular. It isn't worth the effort of wasting the parts or getting the parts, using the parts, in my opinion. At least not right now. That might change later on, who knows. I'd rather use it on weapons than armor.
Yeah, and that's what I did weapons before armor.
Yeah, weapons, tools, then armor.
I think my sniper rifle was tier 5 until, what, a couple of days ago then?
Maybe a week and a half, but yeah. And you got an upgrade on the sniper rifle before I finished the books because I looted one.
Yeah.
Because I was still like 6 books away.
Yeah, those legendary parts may be rare, but at least we can craft tier 6 now.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if that's a savings over having to loot or purchase them from the trader. It certainly, well, the biggest advantage is you can actually choose what tier 6 item you want now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night. I am starting to get really sleepy.
Okay.
Okay.
B Rising is not calling my name or anything, but I am getting tired.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I totally believe you.
Mm-hmm. I never cheat on chat or on Twitch.
Never.
I'm streaming instead of just taking off and playing whatever game I want. I would never do that.
Never.
Ben, come over and look at my floor and see what I settled on.
Where you at?
And I don't know, I'm like 100 meters from you.
Mhm.
I don't know where she's at.
I'm not that far away. I'm
1 second. Oops. Sorry.
I am in one of the oil diggy places.
Yeah, says you're about 500 meters, so.
Yeah, and there got an invite. I forgot to ask for an invite, so. Okay, right here.
Boom, right over the fence he goes.
Yeah. Didn't even get over the fence.
Talk about riding the fence.
Mm-hmm. I'm like a normal person parking in the parking lot.
Yeah, I've done that a couple of times. Gotten out, tapped the fence.
Hello.
Or a gimpy person like some of us who aren't allowed to walk around on uneven ground unsupervised.
That is the pattern I have decided to go with. Although, over there in the corner, there's just, I had to kind of
Finagle it.
Yeah, because it fits underneath the window.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want to have plain squares.
Mm-hmm.
It actually works really well.
Yeah.
You're gonna keep this as a hotel?
Yeah, it's, well, sort of a resort.
What was that? I didn't see it in time.
What was what?
Oh, subscription, I think, on
notification.
YouTube.
Oh. So, then back here, I'm gonna fussy up the...
Thanks for subscribing on YouTube.
Yay!
Welcome to the Nut Hut.
Yep. As she said, welcome to the Nut Hut. That is not the same as a sub on
Twitch.
On Twitch. It's the equivalent of a follow on Twitch.
You have to lick and polish the rooms yet, but we're gonna fix up all the rooms, clean up the pool area here, and fix up everything. I have finished the elevator.
OPR, I just saw your comment. The zombie cops will be giving out tickets in the next release.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I want to take down the lights, hang different lights, but I'm gonna let Fireball take care of that.
Yeah.
He's got some grand ideas.
Because she's amazing at it.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
I know, right? Change the carpet out for hardwood.
Uh-huh.
And then up here, I'm gonna make this a nice little sitting area.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to build a new deck.
Mm-hmm.
And then just gonna go to town on all these rooms.
Also, Ben, you're glowing
She's glowing?
on my
Well,
side.
yeah. She's got a pumpkin head on. Of course she's glowing.
Her arms too, but things just
Interesting.
Yep. Didn't need to die.
Yep.
So, that's kind of where we are right now, though.
Okay. Nice.
And
We're going to finish redoing the kitchen.
And to let chat know again, I do now have a 24/7 V-Rising server. So if you are interested, let me know. That's what I will be getting on, at least for a little bit, before I go to bed tonight.
Alright, well, let me know when you're ready to jump.
I can jump anytime now. Let me say goodnight to chat now.
Oh, and I'm back. And good night, chat.
Back.
I will be right back.
Okay.
Okay, I appreciate everyone coming out. I will see y'all tomorrow. 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Hades Snob, have a good night. Hades, if you join our Discord and you have any questions about 7 Days to Die, it is a good place to ask questions. I don't know if you're in there yet or not. But if I'm not there to answer questions, a lot of the people there do know a lot about 7 Days to Die and can answer questions. But like I said, I will see y'all tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good night. And I am going to be playing a little bit of V-Rising before I go to bed. I really am starting to crash. So I will not be awake long. Hope y'all have a good night. There's an easier way. There you go. Okay, I'll see everyone tomorrow. Hope y'all have a good night. So, good night.